Hi, I'm Roger with Lion Technology, and this is the latest video in our series of answers to common questions about how to store and manage hazardous waste under the U.S. Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, or RCRA, regulation. In our most recent RCRA video, we talked about how to identify a solid waste and why that's a crucial step in hazardous waste identification. In this video, we're going to cover the 4 characteristics that can make your solid waste a hazardous waste. These are ignitability, corrosivity, reactivity, and toxicity. Now, these 4 characteristics only tell part of the story when it comes to hazardous waste ID. There are also several lists of substances that are considered hazardous waste outright, namely certain used and unused chemical products and waste that come from specific industries or even specific processes. To review some of the key details about these lists, you can check out the video description for a link to a free cheat sheet. Before we get into our first characteristic of hazardous waste, I want to ask that if you find this video useful or informative, please hit the like button, leave a comment, or share it on social media. All of those things help us to know what kind of videos you like so we can make more of those. Thanks. Now, let's get started. Woo! Is it hot in here, or is it just that flaming drum of chemicals I'm standing next to? Just kidding. Our first hazardous waste characteristic is ignitability. Wastes that meet the ignitability characteristic are tagged with the RCRA waste code D001. In plain English, ignite means to catch on fire. Ignitability means the ability to catch on fire. There are 4 types of ignitable hazardous waste under RCRA. First is liquids with a flash point below 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Flash point means the temperature at which a liquid gives off enough vapor for that vapor to catch fire and continue burning. Second, some non-liquids that cause fire through friction, absorbing moisture, or good old spontaneous combustion are also characterized as ignitable hazardous wastes, as are ignitable compressed gases and oxidizers. Examples of this kind of waste include some solvents and paint wastes. RCRA hazardous waste characteristic number 2 is corrosivity. Something that's corrosive can damage or destroy other material it comes in contact with, and there are 2 types of corrosive hazardous wastes. All of these get assigned the waste code D002. Aqueous or water-based solutions with a very high or very low pH, so highly acidic or highly basic, and liquids that corrode steel at a certain rate. Corrosivity is especially important to understand for facilities that store hazardous waste. A corrosive waste that can destroy steel, aluminum, or plastic will eat through that kind of container or tank if you put it in one. That can mean the container fails, waste spills, someone gets injured, there's a release to the environment. At the very least, it's going to damage the container. The RCRA regulations give waste the reactivity characteristic, represented by waste code D003, because they are unstable under normal conditions. Even if everything seems perfectly cool, something small can cause these wastes to produce violent or dangerous reactions. Some react when they contact water, some release toxic gases under certain conditions, and others can even detonate or explode. That includes when they're disposed of DOT Class 1 hazardous materials. Class 1 is the explosives class, if you remember our All 9 hazard classes video. Examples of reactivity hazardous wastes include organic peroxides, some metals like sodium, and gunpowder. When we think about non-toxic products in regular life, most of us probably think about things we feel safe eating, drinking, applying to our skin, or handing to a child. When we talk about toxicity and hazardous waste, we need to think a little differently about the word. A waste poses the toxicity characteristic if one or more certain constituents in the waste will leach out in an amount above a regulatory limit into the environment over time. Those certain constituents, there's 39 of them, they're listed in the regulations. The list includes stuff like arsenic, chlordane, lead, mercury, and vinyl chloride. How do we know if some amount of a specific constituent will leak out of our waste over time? There's a test for that called the Toxic Constituent Leaching Procedure Test, or TCLIP test. We're going to T-skip that in this video, but there's more information about it in the video description. There are 39 different D codes associated with the toxicity characteristic, from D004 to D043. each of them corresponding to one of the listed constituents. Identifying your site's hazardous waste is a can't-miss step if you expect to store it, manage it, and dispose of it properly. Without the right characterization, the right waste codes, the right labels, and the right training for personnel who could be exposed, having these wastes anywhere on your site is an enormous liability. If you need training or your employees need training to manage compliance with federal or state hazardous waste regulations, including unique state rules in California, Texas, New York, Massachusetts, or Washington state, visit lion.com/RCRA today to browse courses that can help satisfy mandates for first-time training or annual refresher training at hazardous waste generator sites. Thank you for hanging with me to the end of this video. In our next RCRA Answers video, we're going to dive into the RCRA lists I mentioned earlier, the F list, the K list, and the P and U list. Check out our other RCRA Answers videos to learn more, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.